Okay, my name is Shanna Armogan, and I was born and raised in Toronto, and I am an actor.
Welcome, Shanna.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing this with me.
Thank you for having me.
You worked on Because We Are, amazing talent from Toronto. I remember auditioning you. You did your thing in the casting, and I told Adrian, my co-producer, after you left, I'm like, I think she's the one, right? I just remember like you hit all the markers, like very impressive. So just want to thank you for participating. Thank you for taking the role serious and just doing your thing on camera. Who inspired you to become an actress?
If I answer that question honestly, it wasn't anyone who inspired me. It was the loss of my father. Really, like anyone, put me in a depression. And a friend of mine asked me to participate in a short film because, I was at that state where I was doing nothing, wasn't getting up, getting out of bed, not functioning. And I remember doing the short film, and it was the only thing that took me away from that moment of depression and reminding me that the pain wasn't permanent. And so that's what initiated my pursuing it full time, I would say.
Sometimes entertainment, film, sometimes even sports,
music.
Music. It's looked at as, that's not really that important.
Crazy, right?
And that's a hobby, and you're not taken serious. But over my years of experience, I can tell you for a fact, the arts, I've seen it change so many people's lives and encourage, motivate, take them from such low places.
Yeah.
And listening to you just share that little bit kind of reminded me of that and the importance of what we do. Being an actress from Toronto, being, a Black woman, what challenges have you faced just from, your journey thus far?
I think number one would be that you kind of hit the nail on the head with your comment of not being taken seriously. I feel like as a Black woman, that's hard in itself, right? Trying not to fit a stereotype, walking into an audition or a room and being told, we don't know what to do with your look because it's not the typical role that my physical appearance would be auditioning for. I would say that's the biggest challenge because with whatever agent I had, I would always go against those auditions. I was always like, no, submit me for the other part. I know they're not looking for Black, but submit me anyway. They don't know what they're looking for unless they see. So I think my objective was just getting in the room and showing them, you don't even know what you want until you see it.
True. You played Monique Franklin in Because We Are. You're not a mother, right?
No, not yet.
Okay. So, A, how did you prepare for that role, I would ask you? And B, being that you were playing a mother, what did you draw from to be inspired to kind of play that role?
You're gonna make me cry. So when I booked that role, my mother was ill. And she was in the hospital at that point, almost 9 months. And, when a loved one is sick, you really reflect on your life, your relationship with them. So what did I pull to be able to play a mother and not be one is really evaluating my reconnection with my mother and dealing with the decision that I was going to lose her. And I just kind of morphed it into, if it was the reverse, you know what I mean? As opposed to my mother, my child, when you're close to someone, you're close to someone. And to prepare for exuding what I felt was necessary to play a mom dealing with their child being disabled because of a wrongful incident, I really went to my mom and I's relationship and dealing with losing her, because Monique loses her daughter. You know what I mean? Mentally, she does lose her. And it's crazy because I did go through that transition with my mom, with the medication, and over time she got ill and whatever. And I lost her slowly. And so when you booked me for that part, I remember us talking about that. And I remember telling you, like, I needed that outlet. I was dealing with all of these different feelings, and it really gave me the opportunity to prepare for not just playing this role, but for what was to come in my life. And I really feel like that's why I love this so much, because I really do incorporate my life into the role.
Mm-hmm. There was this energy that was around you, and I could feel it. Like, I could feel it, the emotional energy. And I remember at the time thinking, okay, she's serious. Like, she's locked into this role, but not realizing what the motivations were and what you were pulling from. I can't even imagine, how you pulled the strength and played a mother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Knowing you were on the verge of losing your own, like, that's powerful. I totally am grateful for you making that sacrifice for this film.
Thank you, Saint. Thank you. And I hate that you even use the term sacrifice, because it really helped me. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't a sacrifice in my eyes. It was me learning how to prepare for the worst. And this is the life I want. I want to be an actor. I want to do this. And the reality is that you got to be able to separate your personal from your work life. What's beautiful about being an actor is that I can totally intertwine them. Yes. Right? Yes. And that's what I did. Yes. While maintaining professionalism, because I respect you as the writer and the director, and I want to make great things with whomever I work with. And that was motivation as well. And so don't say sacrifice, because you helped me.
Did your mom ever get an opportunity to see you act before she passed?
Not like this.
Mm.
Not like this.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Tell me a standout moment that stands out to you.
The table read. The table read, because it was my introduction to everyone. And as I mentioned, I'm hypersensitive. So I was really open to the room and really trying to absorb what I would be adjusting to. And I really enjoyed that moment, because you said in the beginning, like, I want you guys to bring it. I want you to do it like we're filming. And I remember doing the read with Adrian, and everyone in the room, I had their attention. And it wasn't about it being about me. It was about the feeling, the different feelings I was feeling, that I was impacting these people on the performance. So for me, that was the most standout moment, because that's when I realized I was taken seriously, I was respected, and I felt that everyone was eager to work, and I really enjoyed that feeling.
Yeah. The message of the film, a lot of systemic racism, you being a Black woman, in your opinion, I mean, what do you feel it's really going to take for us to change that?
What is it going to take? Us coming together and having a perspective of being educated, being one step ahead of what is expected of us, as opposed to feeling what we're feeling and then acting accordingly, which as human beings, we can't help. It's crazy, because my mom, she was from Detroit, and she used to take my sister and I to Black exhibits in Detroit, because they don't have things like that here.
Yes.
And that's when I learned about, like, lynchings and slavery and the detail of, how bad it was, and how it was, souvenirs were sold after they would lynch, and et cetera. And I remember then when I saw that exhibit, because I had skipped school, that's why she took me. And she was just like, this is what we went through so that we could go to school, and this is what you're doing. And that is when my moment changed of working on not taking it personal. And so I just feel like, again, it's like, how do you educate without consequence? Because the consequence is you get angry. You get angry and it resurrects feelings that inevitably will surface. And I feel like that's what we have to get under control so that we can work together.
Thank you, Shanna.
Thank you.
And like I said, I'm one of your biggest fans, and I'm definitely looking forward to everything else you have coming.
Thank you, Saint.
Right.
And thank you for doing this. I appreciate it.
No problem. All right.
All right, my love.
Talk
Take
soon.
care.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.